Coming at you full-fledged, it's your boy Regg with another video for y'all, man. Welcome, YouTube. With a recovered mind, I can now talk about the last game of the final series of the second round. In a dogfight, an absolute dogfight, the Timberwolves close out the series in 7 games with a 98-90 road win against the defending champion Denver Nuggets to advance to the Western Conference Finals. How they won? Let's get into that. Despite low percentages, the Wolves remained consistent, then became clutch because they was in the doghouse as they were overcoming at a time 20-point deficit, but by halftime it was 15 coming into the third quarter. Adding to that defense, in the first half it was looking like Jamal Murray was going to be the player of the game because he was cooking the first half. It was clear that the Timberwolves adjusted whatever personnel that was used on the perimeter, either Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley, and they completely neutralized him, making Jokic have the big game he did on the back end, just wearing them out. At that point, you just had to hope Jokic's skill, pun intended, would be enough. Now, I said Murray could have been the player of the game. Of course, the Nuggets didn't win. Credit to Anthony Edwards, the Ant-Man, for his efforts breaking open the offense with that energy, even if he didn't have the greatest offensive game, bro. But he again, the defensive efforts, I'm not just gonna give it to the bigs, but the defensive effort to the wings too. Jaden McDaniels, Mike Conley, Alexander Walker, all those guys. So shouts out to them. Again, credit to Ant-Man, but he is not the player of the game to me. In my opinion, the player of the game was the reigning defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert. Although, to some, he only just had 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. However, he stuck to the defensive plan the entire game, forcing Joker to become more aggressive offensively, making the halftime adjustment and guarding the best player to the very end when he was fouled out in the last minutes of the fourth quarter. Now, to recap the series, I would recap the series, but all you have to do is really watch the game. I don't even have to really recap it because this game was an adjustment to all the previous 6. I mean, the first 2, we know Minnesota blew them out. I mean, well, one of them was a blowout. The other one, they beat them handily. Then the next 3 games, Denver won. Jokic had signature games. But remember, in the midst of that, Jamal Murray, he was performing, but he didn't really have a standout game like he did in the previous round. He didn't have a standout game. And then they, again, game 6, they win at home. Wait, who won? Yeah, Minnesota won at home. Then game 7, this game where Jokic, and it was more of a they really scrapped all that. They said we're going to lock up all the perimeter guys, and at first it was working. Then they had Murray hoop, then they had Joker hoop on the back end. So that's really what it was. This game was this was the perfect game 7, bro. Old school style, bro. Low percentages, low score. Again, 90-98. That was an old school game like a mug. The intensity, that shit was intense last night, bro. As far as what's next for the Timberwolves, man, they face the 5th seeded Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference Finals, a team that is better than I thought, beating the Oklahoma City Thunder in less games. I thought it was gonna go 7, and to add to that, this next round there will be no Luka versus Jokic. No hating on that. No hating on the Nuggets. I just was seeing the writing on the wall with the NBA script writers where that was going and where they going with all this NBC, TNT stuff with the prioritization of international players in the international market in general, and just the deprioritization of the domestic players, the American players that we know who the American players consist of in the NBA. So shouts out, that being said, shouts out to the Timberwolves, man. They facing Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. That round is good. That series is gonna be crazy. I'm saying it now. I'm going the Timberwolves in 6 games. I just think they size, they defense. I think for them to win. And again, Dallas only won by 1 point in game 6. It really could have went to game 7 outside of that little controversial foul at the end of the game. Outside of Kyrie and Luka just going crazy offensively, I don't think they can do that, bro. And I definitely don't think they can get away with Kyrie doing that tale of 2 halves shit, not chilling in the first half and then doing that in the second half. They can do that against an inexperienced team of OKC Thunder. But this team, we see they got gears to their defense, bro. They just made the greatest halftime comeback in Game 7 history. So that's historic. They got historic defense, as we see. So I don't think they can get away with that. This is going to be a good series. I got Minnesota in 6. Let me know who y'all got. But before that, hit that like button. Comment at the beginning, middle, and end of the video. Share for others to see. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop. And I am out.